Hey, so you're checking out our stuff. Great to have you here. I'm going to show you how the structure of our projects gets set up and how you can set up a quick project for your firm and be entering time and working on it in a matter of just a couple of minutes. By the way, I am Doug Rawson, founder of BaseBuilders, so let's dive in here. We're going to start by hitting the Add Project, and you can either go from scratch or you can duplicate an existing project. And a lot of our clients will set up template projects that they duplicate from, but that's up to you. And you're going to see that going from scratch doesn't take hardly any time at all. I'm going to come down through here. This is coming out of the address book, and Restaurant Enterprises is hiring us to do a new diner. And we're going to hit save. So it's just adding the record to the database so that we can start putting information about it into here. And as soon as this is up, there we go. It came in with the project number. You'll set up how those are serialized for your own system. The name comes in, its status comes in. You get to set your own statuses for your projects. You can track them the way that you want to. We have profit centers, a place for your client, purchase order or project numbers. You put in the square footage here, and we'll run really cool ratios like construction cost per foot and fee per foot and hours spent, etc. I got a little bit of information here. Let me go in and add an address, and I'll select this one and hit save. And you can edit all this information on the fly. You can add new clients on the fly. It's really easy to do. You can also tag projects, and tagging projects lets you go and search for projects that have certain tags. You can categorize your work for running reports, location. Let's put it into Google Maps. All right, so let's look at the real structure of the job. And one of the things it's going to need is billing rates. Now, you can create custom rates for every single project, or you can set up your master rates and then just bring them in. You can also classify. Let's say you have a couple of different price sheets. Let's say one for government work and another one for private work. I can come up here. I'm going to choose private sector. Then I just hit select all and import. Those billing rates came in. As I mentioned, you can always add a custom billing rate, and you can update any of these. So at the end of the day, every project can have its own unique set of billing rates. Now, phases. Same as what we've done with the billing rates. I'm going to import from masters, and I'm just going to pick these 5 and hit import, and it added those 5 for me. Now I can come in here and put in my fee, but if I know that we're getting $50,000 to do this job, I can just click 50 here, put in the 50K, and because I should have pointed this out beforehand, but because we had these percentages here, it did all the math for me for each of my phases. These came in from our masters. They're always adjustable, but you can bring those in, and that's how much fee would be distributed across your various phases. Now, we've got a fee lock feature, and what is this for? This is for when you're building up your fee with consultants. If I lock the gross, and then I go add a consultant, whatever fee I put in from them is going to be a part of this $50,000. So this won't go up, but my net fee would then be less. In other words, the amount of money that we get to keep for our firm. If I set it to net, then when I come over here and add a consultant, the gross fee will increase and the net fee will be locked in at that $50,000. So we're going to add a consultant. I'll pick Acme Architects and Marley and Riggins Court, just like that. Now, they are going to need phases. So we're going to import from the project phases. And we'll give them a fee of, let's say, $10,000. Makes it nice and easy, round numbers. Choose done. Now I'm going to come back over here to the phases, and we can see that the fee has been increased to $60,000. Okay, so the net fee that's staying with my firm is $50,000. $10,000 is going to consultants. Something else that I didn't cover as we started here was these phases. You know that you can bill every phase on a different format, and we have a bunch of formats. I was going to say almost countless, but it's not quite. But there's fixed fee. You can do your hourly and your hourly not to exceed. T&M. You can do expenses only, and the T&M you can do as not to exceed. When you do just plain hourly, at the end of the day, it's time and expenses. So you've got multiple different formats, and after I pick something like hourly, I can still then go and say, no, I want that to be a not to exceed. And then do I want the expenses in that to count towards that not to exceed value or not? So you have a ton of flexibility in structuring your phases. Everything that you record in this system, from time to consultants' bills to expenses, are going to be costed against these phases. And then when they're billed, that comes in as revenue towards the phase, which means you're going to know your profitability on a phase-by-phase and project basis. I'm going to move over here to the teams. You're not required to assign people to projects. People can record time to projects whether you assign them or not. However, whoever is at the top of the list here as your primary and as your secondary here just below them, you can run reports on them, and they can do queries for the projects that they're managing. These other folks that have been assigned down here, Montana and Rusty, they can also go in and find all the projects that they're assigned to. And then the last piece of it, most of this comes in from settings, is all of your billing options. Every project can have its own unique set of billing options. You might notice all this came in filled in because we have that set up in settings. So there's defaults that you're going to create, so that's going to come in for you. So it's really easy to set a project up structured exactly the way that we do work. You're going to have your billing rates that get charged as people record time. All time gets logged to your different phases. Your consultants go to have their phases. You can assign your team and billing options. That's it. Really easy to set up a project. Once your project is set up and you start working on it, you're going to start seeing things like your accrued labor, your accrued overhead, pay request from your consultants, etc. But in this video, I just wanted to show you what it takes to set up a project. And once your projects are set up, then you can come out here to the list view and see a group of projects. You can do different queries. You can customize these list views to show you the exact information you want to see. You might notice we're seeing the hours that have been budgeted and accrued, but if I wanted to look at the system defaults or maybe some financial numbers, you can do that as well. All right, so that is how we structure our projects. You're going to find that they're going to fit hand in glove with the way that you run your firm. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you down the trail. Take care.